Beneath the surface of coastal waters, clinging quietly to rocks and reefs, lives a creature that shapes entire ecosystems and creates priceless treasures. It doesn't roar, it doesn't hunt. Yet, the humble oyster is one of the ocean's most important hidden architects. So, what exactly is an oyster? Oysters are a type of bivalve mollusk, which is a fancy way of saying they have two shells connected by a hinge. You can find them all over the world, in coastal oceans, estuaries, and brackish waters where salt water and fresh water mix. Once an oyster larva finds a good spot to settle down, like a rock or even another oyster shell, it attaches itself and stays there for the rest of its life. Its rough, unassuming outer shell protects a soft body inside a simple creature with an absolutely extraordinary role to play in its environment. One of the oyster's most amazing superpowers is its ability to act as nature's water filter. Oysters are filter feeders, meaning they get their food by drawing in water and trapping all the tiny particles floating around, like plankton and algae. Believe it or not, a single oyster can filter up to 50 gallons of water every single day. That's like a small bathtub full of water. When you have thousands or even millions of oysters together, they form reefs that act as massive, natural water purifiers. They improve water clarity, which lets sunlight reach underwater plants. And they improve the overall health of the marine ecosystem. Without oysters, many of our coastal waters would be a lot cloudier and less healthy. But their job doesn't stop there. Oysters are also master reef builders. Unlike a lot of other shellfish that live more solitary lives, oysters love to grow on top of each other. As new generations settle on the shells of older ones, they build up these massive, complex underwater structures. These oyster reefs are incredibly important. They protect our shorelines from erosion by breaking up wave energy, much like a natural seawall. They also provide critical shelter and habitat for countless other marine species, like small fish, crabs, and shrimp. It's no wonder some people call oyster reefs the rainforests of the sea because of how much biodiversity they support. And of course, we can't talk about oysters without mentioning the mystery of pearls. While not all oysters do this, some species have the magical ability to create these beautiful gems. It all starts when a tiny irritant, like a grain of sand or a small parasite, gets inside the oyster's shell. To protect itself, the oyster begins to coat the intruder with thin layers of a shiny substance called nacre. This is the same beautiful, iridescent material that lines the inside of its shell. Over many years, these layers build up to form a smooth, lustrous pearl. Natural pearls are incredibly rare, making them highly prized, but this fascinating defense mechanism has captivated humans for centuries. Unfortunately, oyster populations around the world have faced serious threats. Overharvesting, pollution from land, habitat destruction, and disease have caused their numbers to decline dramatically. This has a ripple effect, impacting the health of the entire coastal ecosystem. The good news is that people are fighting back. All over the globe, restoration projects are working hard to rebuild oyster reefs, reintroducing these amazing animals to their native waters to help revive the oceans. Because a healthy oyster bed means a healthier ocean for everyone. They are quiet, often overlooked, but absolutely essential. The oyster might seem simple, but beneath its rough shell lies a true powerhouse, a creature that cleans our waters, builds vital reefs, and creates stunning natural treasures. A small architect with a massive impact. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed learning about the ocean's hidden gems, don't forget to subscribe.